Okay, first I'm gonna go over last week's assignment and the choices that I made. I realized that I may have done this assignment a little bit different. For some reason I read it, in my fantasy of coming up with this assignment, I was selling my car. And so if that isn't appropriate, I'm happy to redo this assignment a different way because I know we are in a sales class, probably gonna go try to get a sales job somewhere. So if I was supposed to do this from that sort of position, from being a salesperson versus just trying to sell my car, please let me know and I will redo this assignment. But in my fantasy, this is the way it goes. Question one was, how did they find you? And I said through a Craigslist ad. In my whole fantasy of this assignment, I had put ads all over the place. I just responded with these questions on like what the answers actually were. So again, if I did this wrong, just let me know. Anyway, yeah, in my fantasy mind of this question, I put ads all over the place. And the way that my customer found me was just happened to be through a Craigslist ad. Okay, and then part of my fantasy also would be like, how did you find them? And I would have tried a variety of ways. I would have looked at people who were wanting, like the ads about on Craigslist about who was wanting certain things, maybe even Facebook ads about wanting. I probably would have even hit up like one of the Subaru car clubs that I see all the time meeting. But in this instance, I responded last week that I responded to ads that stated that they were looking for a cheap, reliable car. Number three, how did they reach out to you? I received an email about interest on my Craigslist post. Next question, what research had the customer done? Basically, the customer had just looked up the Blue Book price. What did the customer want as the next step? I put last week that the customer wants to see and test drive the car. Sounds reasonable. I said, of course, let's test drive this car, and I set up a time, or I suggested a time and a place to meet. What objections did the customer have? You know, the customer always says that it was too expensive, and that's what I chose, that they thought the price was too high. How did I overcome the objections? I let them know that though the cost is at Blue Book, so in my previous answer I said it would be below Blue Book value, but if I'm really trying to make money and make a sale and make money at the sale, there's no way that I should list the car so below Blue Book. So I'm slightly changing my answer from last week, that it is at Blue Book price, and this is why it's better than Blue Book price, because it has some features that regular cars, the stock models, don't have. What did I put? That has an upgraded sound system and like floor mats. Next question is, list specifically what you did to do research about your customer. And I put that I did a Google search, searching their name. I searched social media for their name. If I find them, I might look at their friends and family to somewhat get a gauge of what this person is like in real life. The last question was about a follow-up. And I don't know if you need me to repeat the email, but I just sent an email, a follow-up email. And that would have been the last question, or the last step of selling. So to start over and to recap, the 7 steps of selling was prospecting and qualifying, which we did, the pre-approach, the approach, the presentation, overcoming objections, closing the sale, and the follow-up. All right, Chris, what do you think? How did the car feel when you were driving it? Did you get a chance to turn on the stereo and experience that? Or the heated seats? Like, what was your experience like? And please let me know if you have any questions for me. And after answering any questions that he may have, I will get into, did you notice all of the floor protection we have? You mentioned how messy your children can be, and that cleaning stuff off the ground can be a real problem, or paying for it to get cleaned can be a little expensive. Did you notice how easy it is to remove those mats, and that you can easily take them in and out and clean them as often as you need without, damaging the underneath carpet? Now, I did do a little research and check the price around town, and you really aren't going to find this model of car at this price anywhere else. This car was owned by just one person who loved it and treated it immaculately. It has never been in any accidents. It has routine maintenance that we have all the paperwork for, and a Carfax. You really can't go wrong with this vehicle. I think it's going to be a really safe option for you. So, what do you think about driving this car home today?